is going to be a whole new world for Bobby here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you play a game of this magnitude in the Dome. Goaltending and face-off is always super important. Two keys of the game will be the netminders and the face-off X today.
Well, the Fogos are Jacob Fopp and Luke Weirman, both Pennsylvania guys. They spent all summer practicing against each other, and Fopp gets the better of it on the first face-off today. So we shall see, Ryan. We're expecting a whole different look of an offense from the one that scored a Dome record 28 goals last week.
Yeah, absolutely. What I liked about Syracuse last week was the energy that they played with, in particular early on in the game. They came out with a lot of fire. They're going to need that again today.
Here's Griffin Cook.
Penalty was released.
That's a rough penalty on the Orange here. It's not Tommy's fault in any way whatsoever. But Maryland is man up again. Wisnauskas. He's the guy on Maryland this year. With the graduated Jared Bernhardt, who won the Tort last year, saved by the helmet of Gavin. Brett Kennedy fighting for the ground ball. Will stay Maryland ball as Jonathan Donfo was nearby. Still man up. Shot and a goal for the Terps. This one, we promise, will count. Give it to Anthony DeMeo on the extra man.
Man, Maryland plays with a lot of confidence on their man-up unit. All guys ready to go at all times. Great ball movement, tic-tac-toe. DeMeo ends up with it at the end with a low-to-high riser and bangs it off the
Dick is a dream matchup for Maryland.
Yeah, Syracuse has got a guy there on the crease looking to slide early if they need to.
There's Keegan Kahn. Second midfield coming aboard here for Maryland. Jack Brennan's got the ball. Owen Murphy. The Johns Hopkins transfer joins from behind. Murphy had a hat trick as a member of the Blue Jays a couple of years ago down at Humboldt. Murphy, skip pass. And a shot ripped home by Jack Brennan. 2-0 Terps. As they've had the better of it so far here in the Dome today. The #1 team in the country, freshly crowned over Virginia in the polls coming out last week. They're acted like it early in the Dome. 2 early goals. The most recent from Jack Brennan. Top
some face-offs, and like I said, they got to have some big-time saves as well.
2 early goals here from Maryland. Not really early. The Orange defense has been standing in there, but they've been on defense a lot here in the opening 10-plus minutes.
They really have. I think both offenses, or both defenses rather, have been playing excellent so far.
McNaney's just had the saves. Wisnauskas through traffic and scores. He took them all on. Logan Wisnauskas, his first career game in the Dome for the former Orange, go figure, makes it 3-0.
Wisnauskas, just a veteran getting the job done. Great understanding of the game. Sees the slides coming right in front of his face. Does a great little roll dodge right here. Banging off the defenseman, the big body. And then he finds the bottom part of the net and sticks one home.
I mean, he ran right.
6 shots that I've seen so far that have been stick side high. You got to make that goaltender move his stick.
Not a lot of level changes. And you're right, he hasn't had to move a lot to make the saves. Makes the job a lot easier. 4 saves already, though, for McNaney. Kyle Long, the All-American, finds DeMeo. Wisnauskas again. 2 for Logan Wisnauskas and a 4-0 Terps lead. Pat.
Well, like we talked about, great goaltending play here in the early going. They're not making a move too much, and then at the other end, transition comes a little bit. Wisnowski is doing a great job right in the middle of the field, floating
to the 2017 national title. Looking for a 5-0 lead. Few second difference game in shot clock late in the quarter. Keegan Kahn working up Fraderigo. Maryland's got to get a move on here, just 5 to shoot. Running out of room. Wisnauskas for his 3rd and a big save for Gavin.
Big time save, much needed right now. See if Syracuse can come and get a G here at the other end.
Didn't seem
stories and tell some stories and great friendship, and you know, he's you hear it all the time, but you know, just as good, if not a better person off the field when he doesn't have a whistle around his neck than he is running a practice and things like that. So well deserved, and you know, hearing you call out the names as we're running down the list, that's some pretty good company to join for him as well.
Face-off won by Fopp. We saw a shot there on the sideline of Roy 3. That's Roy's son, of course, now in his 30th year in one way or another on the Orange staff. That Ring of Honor is so interesting. You say, oh, Jim Brown's up there and Roy Simmons Jr., and then think, well, they were college lacrosse teammates back in the late 50s here, playing for the original Roy Simmons. And all of them are lacrosse Hall of Fame.
Shots on Cage right now, so Syracuse got to turn this thing around.
Ball turned aside. Gavin didn't see it. It almost got deflected into the net. Donville had the initial shot, but again, the Terps maintained possession with DeMeo. He gets a step on Aviles and goes off stick high and blows it past Gavin for a 5-0 lead. All Terps.
Yeah, DeMeo with a great underneath move right here, keeps that stick protected out in front of him for as long as he possibly can so it doesn't get the trail check put on his stick, and then a great placement on a shot. Not always do you have to put it right in the exact corner. You just got to beat that. It's got some great speed, and an awesome goal right there for Maryland to put him up by 5.
Well, you talk about Wisnauskas and all these stars on Maryland. It's easy to overlook a guy like Anthony DeMeo. He's a 4-year starter on the first midfield line for Maryland and has more than 70 career goals. He's a bona fide All-American in his own right. Orange with possession after the face-off. Here's Owen Seabold needing a goal. Now more than 16 minutes in without one, Ryan. Each possession that goes by without it, it feels more and more important at this end of the field.
Yeah, it really does. And, you know,
and finally from the outside, Lucas Quinn, first game of the year, first shot of the year, and his first goal of the year.
Well, you see 16 Curry, he sets this one up. You got to respect his speed. Just a speed dodge down the right-hand side. Maryland trying to help just a little bit. He gets it back to Quinn, and Quinn puts down a worm burner down to the bottom part of the cage. And then, as you can tell, he pumps up the crowd a little bit. The Syracuse bench goes nuts. So,
no surprise that Curry's out here again. The plan is Curry on the field. Pick 2 other guys to play with him at midfield today. And Curry just had the assist. It's the same alley dodge. Now Seabold behind. Owen Seabold had 5 goals last week, matching his career high. Now Dordevic. Yeah, Dordevic new to the attack game. He spent many years as an All-American midfielder. Dordevic, free, low, and another goal. Same shot, same result. Quinn, then Dordevic, and the Orange finally on the board back-to-back.
I absolutely love 23 Tucker Dordevic's game, and why I love it so much is that he can shoot lefty and righty just as fast. That opens up the door for so many different things. You got to respect a player like that when you're playing defense on him. To be that threat shooting lefty right there, obviously he didn't. Quick roll back, he's got extremely...
An impact that's going to last for many years and down in that neck of the woods. As Maryland here goes man up. See if they can strike again here and stretch their lead back to 4. Wisnauskas, great pass to the crease, and the finish inside by Jonathan Donville, the Canadian, and it's 6-2. 100th career assist for Logan Wisnauskas.
100th career assist. What a find right here. Great vision. Right on the doorstep. And Donville stretches out those arms a little bit right there and then cans it to the back of the net. Great vision, great catch. And
definitely, I don't think Syracuse expects him back anytime soon. And a big loss to the offense. He can win his matchup without actually having to beat a guy. He wins his matchup by standing still, some of the stuff he does. Here's Dordevic off the timeout. We'll see what Gary Gait and Pat March have drawn up, and it's a goal for Tucker Dordevic. He scored with the left, and now he scores with the right.
This really starts back with Curry dodging across the top of the field, and it makes Maryland come with a short stick on Dordevic. And that's a great advantage to Syracuse in number 23 when that's the situation. The guy's super explosive. He's real possession battle.
Dordovic for Quinn to the crease. Berkman trying to golf it in, couldn't quite maintain. Siebold splits a triple team. Sort of. Ball is out. He's on his back. Finally picked up by the Terps, and now fast break. Numbers for Maryland. Here comes Jack Corus. Draws a man. A trailing shot rifled into the upper right corner. Gabe Goforth. Making Roman Puglisi, who scores length of the field, and Maryland turns defense, Rhino, into a full field fast break.
Yeah, this has happened 3 or 4 times now where Maryland's pushed down in transition. This time they take their time, show extreme patience, and they got the trailer coming behind the play. Puglisi with a big-time goal, number 8.
Alexo with the turnover, and the Orange get it back. He and Grant Murphy combine to take it away. And can the Orange get one here, down 4 in the waning 2.5 minutes of the opening half? So I was referring more to John Tillman's goalies, but we can't forget the Hall of Famer. He's in every Hall of Fame that exists now, much like Gary Gait and Brian Doherty. Played for the big man, Dick Adele, back in the day. Shot by Dordovic, and a hat trick for Tucker. It all started, Ryan, with Sam Alexo.
Yeah, just a little poke check right there. Gets the ball back for Syracuse. After the poke check, excellent ground ball. And then it comes down to the offensive end, and again, Tucker Dordovic. I think that he might have heard me saying that no one's stepping up and winning their matchups, because since I said that, he's gone up.
Hold for almost the last shot here. I don't know if Dordovic feels like waiting right now, though, with the hot streak he's on.
Dordovic's feeling like he's on fire right now. Deservedly so. It's the way he should feel.
He's got 3 of the 4. Here's Berkman. The Orange will slow it down here. There's 9-10 seconds difference game in shot clock late in the half. Griffin Cook, another guy that can play attack or mid for this versatile Orange offense. Behind, it's Quinn, and there's his second, and Syracuse is back with it too.
This is exactly what Coach Gait was talking about on our call this week. Playing a little bit more freelance, a little bit more box style. Lucas Quinn is a midfielder. He's coming up from behind the cage, catching the ball with his back to the cage, and turns around with a nice underhand low rock.
Midfield that possession, and might as well have been on attack. Face off by Fopp, being tied up by Weirman.
It's got to be a hold.
The hold will give it to the Orange with 25 to go in the half. And how about this with a quick strike? This could suddenly be a 1-goal game at halftime, out of nowhere. Outstanding first half of action in the Dome today in this much anticipated matchup. Final 10 seconds of the half. Dordovic, he dragged the Orange back in it. Outside rip is home, and it's a hat trick for Quinn. 7-6.
What a shot. Come on, Lucas Quinn. You go on with your bad self, boy.
That was a rocket.
Love what Syracuse is doing right now on the offensive end. Tic-tac-toe passing. Dordovic drawing a lot of attention. D-Mitty's got to slide off Quinn, and Quinn just catches it up top and just cans one. What a shot.
And then it's 5-0. This has changed in a huge way in about the last 9 minutes or so of the half.
Absolutely. Maryland was dominating for the first quarter and a half in time of possession and shots on cage, and Syracuse has roared back, and the Carrier Dome crowd is behind him and energized.
And Sam Alexo, a long pull shot, could have tied it, and just misses wide. Well, that would have been a way to pick up a first career goal. But the Orange do have possession, Ryan, here to start the second half, and my goodness, a chance to tie the game This seemed almost impossible back when it was 5-0.
Yeah, it really did. Syracuse behind the cage, but no angle and no room.
So Terps ball here. Early stages of this third quarter figure to be interesting. Like if Syracuse catches all the way up, or can Maryland stretch it back out again? See what adjustments were made at halftime, and you got, we know that on the Maryland side with John Tillman, one of the top coaching outfits in the country. To Mayo, a trailing long. Wisnauskas hit his sweet spot. Orange slide, long, and he pings it past Bobby Gavin, and Maryland, the first goal of the half to stretch the lead back to 2, and the sideline mosh pit in full force.
This all started up top just with a little cat and mouse game out of the midfielders that gave the advantage to Maryland, who came with a little extra numbers there in a transition plays. And Syracuse never recovered from it. So great shot, good finish, hard. Yep.
Terps have the only goal this quarter, more than halfway through. Starting and stopping behind is Kyle Long. Oliver inside, Kahn saved by the leg of Gavin. He's got 3 in a row. Big round ball. Kahn in trouble. Got it out. Donville. Wisnauskas, an outside blast, and the Terps again by 3. All started with a ground ball. So Logan Wisnauskas had a hot early start today. 2 goals as Maryland stretched it to the 5-3 lead. Silent for the second quarter with a big lefty as the Terps back up by 3. Burbissel outside. In trouble, Griffin Cook. Absorbing checks being thrown by Brett Makar. Now Berkman. Looking for something. Berkman out top. Cordes to the crease. And Birtwistle on the board in his college career. And what a time for it. Orange back within 2. And that's the first goal by somebody other than Tucker Dordevic and Lucas Quinn.
Yeah, it's just so unbelievable. I don't know why Syracuse doesn't do this on every possession. I'm talking about the great passing. Berkman draws a ton of attention right there. He really makes that goal go. Drops it down low, finds the back of the cage, but when Syracuse is in one guy's stick and he tries to do too much.
And that was a freshman in Tyler Cordes assisting a redshirt freshman in Birtwistle. Violation on the faceoff on Fopp. He thought he was off to the races. First violation of the half. Weirman now throws it away. So both face-off guys matching errors there, and Syracuse gets it back. Those two, both Pennsylvanians, literally they practice against each other all summer long. They know each other inside out, backwards and forwards. Deuce ball, again a chance to cut it to 1. Final seconds of the third. What a game it's been today in the Dome.
Gotta go.
4 seconds. Berkman shoots and scores! Mikey Berkman! And it's a 1-goal game. Just 2 seconds left in the quarter.
Just like the close on the second quarter, the Orange have come to life here in the third. Mikey Berkman, great awareness of the clock, great timing on taking it to the cage, and he hammers home a high, hard one. That's a huge, yet a gigantic goal for the Orange to draw them back within 1.
You talk about
everything.
Yes.
You know, this is it's a matchup that's exciting, and it's going to be fun to see who's victorious here at the end.
Well, Bobby Benson took over the OC job at Maryland. It was January last year, late in the game, when J.L. Reppert got the Holy Cross head coaching job. As here comes Puglisi, who's already got a goal in the game. Skip past Wisnauskas in his spot and buries it from the right wing. He don't miss from there. Terps by 2.
I mean, the guy can just flat out shoot the rock, let's be honest. Wisnauskas. little low to high riser to the top upper 90 of the cage. Great vision, finding him on the backside. I feel like Syracuse has not always been aware of number one is on the field today, and you gotta know where he is at all times. He's gotten loose in the middle of the field.
Bounce right back to Kahn, and this time stopped by Gavin. Battle for the backup. Ball still in play, and Maryland digs it out with a fresh shot clock. The new rule this year, shot clock resetting to 60 in situations like that instead of 80, which had been the case ever since it debuted a handful of years ago now. Here's Long. Pass outside. Donville goes low and scores. Terps by 3. And this is the first midfield line combining here, Ryan.
Yeah, this offense is pretty potent. They're tough to stop. They're getting Syracuse really out of sorts. You see so many guys down goal line extended that low. And just a wide open look on the back.
It's his brother Derek, his dad Derek, both Orangemen. His brother Dylan started in the Dome, ended his career as a Terp, and won the 2017 national title. 11-8. Next goal in this game feels wildly important still with 11 minutes and change to go. There's Owen Murphy. Great speed by the second line midi. Finds Maltz, turning shot and scores. Daniel Maltz. And it's 12-8. A 3-goal Terrapin run to start the quarter.
It's just like I just talked about with the Maryland offense being so potent. They got so many different weapons that they can tap into. Down at the Syracuse end, you know, you're talking about Dordovic and you're talking about Curry as those two guys that go to work.
Siebold pinballs his way across midfield. The Terps already back on defense. It's kind of hard to catch Maryland in transition. They don't give up full field goals very often. On the midfield now, Quinn trotting out. Here's Buttermore with the ball. Buttermore. Now Dordovic. He's been the one-on-one guy today for the Orange. Sweep and shoot, and a bouncer scores. A 4th for Dordovic. And the Orange end the 3-goal Maryland run as Tucker comes up limping after the goal.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on him and watch his mobility, but just a high bouncer right there. Takes a weird little spin off the turf.
Ball either. Waltz out top. Here's DeMeo. DeMeo working on Barlow. Final 9 minutes now. Number 1 Terps up 3. Donville sliding past Avila. Shot skids wide. Gavin another stop. Maryland maintains possession. The shot clock did not go back up to 60. Behind, Donville says it don't matter. Hat trick for the Cornell transfer. Well, he's played in this building before. He knows what it's like here in the Dome.
Yeah, we talked about the creativity of the Gates coming from Canada. Donville out of Oakville, Ontario. Grew up playing box lacrosse, a little backhand shot there. They encourage your creativity, find different ways to put the ball in the net. And
another whistle on a hold will keep it at this end.
I love number 2, Griffin Cook. Plays with a lot of energy. Sometimes he gets himself into a little bit of tight situations. Double teams, triple teams. Got to get that ball once you draw the slide, move the rock.
That may have been the rare quadruple team he arrived at by accident. Siebold behind. Well, every possession looms large here at a 4-goal game. Siebold. Backing, shooting, missing high. Back up by Bergman. I think we've seen here with 7.5 minutes to go, at least as of this point, Ryan, that the Orange can play with number 1, but we're also seeing the gap still to number 1. Outside Dordovic. 5-4 Tucker. If anyone's going to bring Syracuse back today, it's that guy.
No doubt about it. Let's go 2-3, having himself a day. Great catch, right away dodging. Sees that he's got to step on the defenseman and catches the goaltender out of balance just a little bit. It doesn't have to be the hardest shot. It's well placed and it's deceptive.
Maryland working on the clock here. Shot clock down to 30. Here's Keegan Kahn. Wisnauskas. Maryland scores one more. That would basically seal it here. Closing on 2.5 minutes to go in what is a 3-goal game. Owen Murphy eyeing the shot clock, as are all the Terps. 13 on it now. Murphy. Outside. Open shot off the pipe by Brennan and picked up and dumped in. The goal for Owen Murphy, the Hopkins transfer. And the Terps up 4 with 2.5 left.
Owen Murphy, this is just right place, right time. Tons of room, picks up the Lucy, little inside roll. I like how he lowers his head, drops the goalie or freezes the goalie just a little bit, and then he sticks one to the backside of the cage. So
a few more seconds on the game clock than the shot clock, but the issue has been decided here today in the Dome. Orange rallied late in the second quarter, late in the third quarter, but no more gas in the tank for a rally here late in the fourth. And the Terps, impressive as the #1 team in the country as they entered here today. Big shot clock violation. The Orange will get it back here to kill the final couple of seconds. A game effort today by the Orange, but Maryland just proved to be the better team this afternoon in the Dome. Final seconds